Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Does anybody have I need an extra large shirt. I like those shirts. Where did you guys get those shirts? They're pretty neat. That's part of the uniform now? Bookstore. In other words, you go buy your own, right? Great. How many of you are from Middle Georgia, Macon, Warner Robins area? Raise your hands higher. Anybody from Warner Robins? Good, Warner Robins, hometown. Most of you are from, how many of you are from outside of Georgia? Oh my goodness, that's the majority of you. Great, good. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm Jonathan McColumn, General Jonathan McColumn. I graduated from here in 1984. How many of you have heard me speak? How many of you have I spoken to or have been a part of an audience that I spoke to? How many of you? Raise your hand. Okay, so you can't participate in this. I always have a wake-up session, okay? So this is a wake-up session. Are you ready? You guys are, okay, look, you guys got to be excited about. Now, let's see if we can just stir up a little bit of, get something going here a little bit this morning. Okay, so if you're happy and you know it, what do? Okay, everybody clap your hands. Okay, now this time we're only going to do it twice, okay? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay, so people are usually thrilled about, when they clap their hands, that's because they're happy about something or somebody or something. So if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands twice. All right, okay, so sometimes I want you to, every now and then we get overjoyed and sometimes we just like to pat our heads, okay? So this is once again an exercise in futility. Those of you who've known this, don't give it away, okay? So if you're happy, clap your hands. Pat your head 2 times. Clap your hands 2 times. Pat your head 2 times. If you have a really pretty tie, nice tie, it's made of silk, all right? So a very nice tie is made of what? Silk. Clap your hands 2 times. Pat your head 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If you have a real nice tie, it's made of what? Silk. Clap your hands 2 times. Pat your head 2 times. If you have a real tie, it's made of what? Silk. Cows drink what? Silk. You guys are so confused. Cows drink what? Is Georgia Military College institution failing? Cows drink what? Most of them drink water, I think, huh? Except the baby, the calves, huh? All right, you guys, you got it. Okay. My name is Jonathan McColumn, graduated in 1984 from Georgia Military College, just like you. How do you like this college? How do you like the institution? By terms of your claps, for real, not for play, for real. If you like Georgia Military College and you like where you attended, let me see by clapping your hands. Okay. I get a little bit of mix. In 1982, I came here from Northside High School, Warner Robins, Georgia. I came here, I was excited to be here, and this institution right now, I would tell you, it looked like a piece of crap. And I'm using the real hardcore words, am I right about it? It looked really bad. It was a piece of junk. It was dirty. It was old. It was not in good condition. And now it is absolutely immaculate. It's beautiful. And I think you guys are the recipients of it. Before I go any further, though, I want to do something, and I also want her to be recognized. Her name is Dr. Olga Velazquez, and because this is an institution of academia, I want her. No, stand, Olga. All right, just introduce I know it's kind of hard for them to hear you, but I'm going to come stand beside you, and he's got a microphone. Just just tell them who you are.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Olga Velazquez. I'm from Puerto Rico. I have a bachelor's degree in finance, a master's degree in information technology, and I just finished my doctoral in cybersecurity. Very interesting. And as you know, cybersecurity, you can get it to different fields. from the technical to management to governance, I decided to go through governance and compliance. So I combined my background in accounting, in audit, and now I'm doing system auditing. So it's a very, very interesting field. I encourage you to look into it and go for it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Having someone on the team with that caliber, of such caliber, is just so great to have her around. She's done a yeoman's job to help us out, and I'm thrilled to have her. Known her for several years. So, what do I want to talk with you about this morning, General? I want to keep you excited this morning about something, but I want you see this picture behind me. That picture is a picture of America and the greatness about America. And I want to tell you this. You're living in the greatest country in the world, and that's coming from a perspective of a minority. It's probably hard to believe, but you are living in the greatest time ever, and you're living in the greatest country, and sometimes you don't hear that communicated well in the United States of America. And I want to talk to you about the greatest country in the world being the United States of America, and why I believe that, and why this is your opportunity, but it has a lot to do with you being the very best that you can be. Do you guys have to take the PT test still? Yes, sir. Do we have anyone, are you taking the new APFT or the not yet? Okay, we got the Air Force mixing. Okay, how many of you, I won't ask it that way, but I'll say, in everything that I've tried to do since I was assigned, since I left Georgia Military College, and even while here, my goal was to do one thing. My goal was to be the best. Seldom will anybody tell you that nowadays, but my goal, no matter what, was to be number one, but number two by mistake. In other words, the goal was to be the best, and I want everybody to know, I want you to know that you and you and you and you and you, if you want to, you're sitting beside somebody in this room, somebody today that has the propensity to be the President of the United States, the leader of some corporation or company, the next general officer coming out of Georgia Military College, if you want to do it. If it's in your heart to really do it. Now, I'll tell you this. It's reflective of what you're doing right now. If you are maxing out or trying to max out everything you touch, if you are Midas right now, in other words, whatever you touch, you're trying to make it turn to gold. If that's you, I will promise you that you are going somewhere. I will promise you that you're going to come back in about 30 years. You're going to be standing on the stage talking to other students from Georgia Military College, telling them about yourself and what you did and what you tried to do. The picture on the stage is just, I asked this to go up for one reason. The little fella right here is Jonathan McColumn at probably 1 year, just over a year old in Macon, Georgia. I want you to take notice of the surroundings of that little fella. The way it looks to me, it looks like he did eat pretty well by the look of his jaws, right? But look at the surroundings. Do you notice the blight? You see the house in the back? You see the conditions of the neighborhood that he stayed. Can you see what he's wearing? Never have I ever told anybody about my background, about where I really came from and the family, and my family and how we grew up. But this was Jonathan McColumn. He doesn't stand a chance. He's not going anywhere. He can't. He's not coming from a noble family. He didn't come from a family of notoriety. And look at the neighborhood that he grew up. And look at the house you can't see that he stayed is probably where he's sitting. Does he stand a chance in America? Does he have an opportunity? Can he be successful? I would tell you by the standards of what we're hearing today, he doesn't stand a chance. If you listen to the media, If you listen to people talking today, they'll tell you that if you are from this condition, if you are from here, and if you are a minority, that you don't stand a chance in the United States. They're telling you this. They're telling you this because they're not talking about math and writing and reading. They're talking about color and race. That's what you hear. You're hearing that if you're black, you've got to be given a hand up. Or it's not a hand up, but a handout. That if you're not given something for the rest of your life, that you're not going to be successful. This guy doesn't have a chance, man. That's what they're telling you. And if we don't infuse something, this guy doesn't have a chance. And then to those of you who are not the color of my skin or some other minority, they're telling you that you were born in some manner, in some way, that you are better than the rest, that you are superior by color. They call it critical race theory. Have you heard of it? All right, now this is an institution of learning. An institution of learning, you get to agree with me and you get to disagree with me as well. But I have the stage right now, so you get to hear my side, but I do want to hear your side in terms of questions. The most important thing right now that you're told is that I hear, and I even hear it in the military, and I'm frustrated about hearing it in the military, is that we've got to because the military is somewhat, I guess, has institutions, that United States has institutions of bias, that you can't make it if you're my color. And that if you're not my color, that means that you are one of the guys who are putting me down and I can't be the best. And all of it's bunk. You need to know one thing, that if the person that's sitting on your right and the person that's sitting on your left, the only thing that matters is that your weapons are aimed in the same direction. That's the only thing that matters. I want you to know that if you're sitting beside somebody that doesn't look like you, that have the same gender as you, doesn't matter. It should be absolutely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the person has your back. Here's my question. Does this guy on your right have your back? Young lady, does this guy on your left have your back? On your right, does she have your back? Right here, gent, on the right, can you depend on this guy to support you if you needed him? Young lady right here, on your left, will he take care of you? Will he look after you? That's the only thing that matters. We're hearing a lot of other things. The question that I'm still raising, this fella doesn't have a chance. Look at the suspenders. Where do the clothes come from? Look at the blight. Look at the house. He doesn't stand a chance. But I want to tell you that today, regardless where you come from, no matter your background, you have the opportunity to do anything that you want to do if you want to do it. There's a condition. And I'll tell you this, if you're working hard right now, you're going somewhere. If you're still pushing, trying to maximize your potential in education, you're going somewhere. If on your physical fitness test, whatever it is, if you're trying to max it, you're going somewhere. And if you're trying to be the absolute very best, I promise you, it's hard to ignore somebody who's trying to be the best. I promise you. How many of you seen Shrek? One of my most favorite characters on Shrek is the donkey. When Shrek was annoyed by the donkey because the donkey was annoying. When he was getting ready to go find whoever was causing the fairy tale animals to come to his area, he asked, "Who will go with me?" The only individual that volunteered to go with him was who? Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. I have the greatest admiration for the donkey because the donkey is this little boy right here. How have I been successful in my career? I kept saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. I volunteered to take multiple missions in the military. I kept saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. I kept volunteering to go to the missions in Thailand and the Philippines to serve on those missions. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I kept volunteering to take the additional education. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I kept asking for more opportunities in education. I said, pick me, pick me, pick me. I volunteered even with Georgia Military College. I wanted to go to airborne school, and we had to compete for the slots at Georgia Military College. I kept saying, pick me, pick me, pick me, and to prove it, I'm going to make sure I max the PT test. I kept saying, pick me, pick me. If you want to be successful, I promise you, if you continue to keep saying, pick me, if it is among this group right now, if you're saying, pick me, you are going to be successful. People are going to tell you, you can't be successful because you don't have a hand up in life, because you were born in a family not of notoriety, that you were born in a way that looks pretty bad. It looks pretty dismal. He's not going anywhere. The look on his face is that he's innocent. He couldn't help. He was born into the world this way, right? I can't help that I was born this color with the chocolate skin color. I can't help it. Just as much as you can't help you were born with the vanilla in your skin. Just as much as you can't help you were born the way you were, or the way you can't help you were born. You have nothing to do with it. But God is pleased with how he put you together. And as soon as you become satisfied with how you were put together and how you came into this world, you shall have conquered the very first major obstacle in life, is being satisfied with who you are. I'm wondering if anybody's dissatisfied with who you are, that when you look in the mirror, are you dissatisfied about yourself? When you look in the mirror, do you smile back at the person, or do you frown in disgust about who you are? That you don't like your hairstyle, that your eyes are big or small, that your nose is wide or flat, that something else is going on. Are you satisfied with who you are is the question. If you're not satisfied with who you are, you can't overcome the obstacles of this guy. This guy had to be learned to be satisfied with who he is. I don't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. He can't change who he is. That's how God made him. And God is pleased, by the way, with how he put him together. God is pleased. He's happy. He's happy. And he came into this world, and it doesn't matter if he came into the world rich or poor. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The question is, can this little boy defeat this blight behind him? Can he defeat it? Can he do it? Can you defeat something about your family's past that you don't like? What about you? Can you defeat something about your family's past that you don't like? Or you? Or you? What about you? And you? Are you concerned about where you came from? My point is this. You don't have to be concerned about any of those things about your times past. That if you decide that your desire, I want to be the best, and you want to say, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, then you get to do this. One day, there's a possibility that by the graces of God and through hard work, you could become a general officer. Or one day there's a possibility you may get to go help families out, and you get to become a clergy or a minister, to go minister to nations and minister to people, to help people to be the best that they can be. Hear me, just if you heard nothing else this week, hear this. If I be the best, if I am the best, I get to figure out how I can do this. I can become anything and do anything that I want to become or become in life. On an airplane, you notice that when we're asked initially, when instructions are provided, well, at least once upon a time, if you have someone with you, a little kid, notice that they'll tell you, put the mask on, the oxygen mask. In the event of oxygen deprivation, take the mask and put the oxygen mask first on whom? Why? You can't save anybody else if you can't take care of yourself first. Put the mask on yourself first so that you can look after everybody else. That's when you do. Right now, you are in the phase, not of a selfish phase, but you're in this phase right now. You're looking at yourself. You're looking at that little fella right there. How do I break my academic strain that I'm in right now? How do I break the barriers that are in my mind right now? How do I break all of this stuff? First thing I want to tell you, and the last thing I want to tell you about this, is that you can do it. If you want to, here's my point. There's nothing that you can't do. If you really, 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 really want to do it. But it takes just a little bit of work to break the monotony. You can escape this. Don't let anybody define you in terms of who this fellow is. Don't let anybody define you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. By the grace of God and the authorities of the Declaration of Independence in the United States of America, you've got to believe in this nation. There are so many opportunities available for you, but you got to go get it. Do you want it? Then go get it. Do you want it? Go get it. Young lady, there is nothing to stop you. Your color is not, it's not going to stop you, or your gender is not going to stop you from going to do whatever you want to do if you want to do it. Young lady, it's the same thing for you. If you want it, you got to go get it. You can't use your color, your race, or your gender to go get it. Young man, the same thing. You can't let somebody tell you a racist by being born the color you are. You go get it. You young lady, the same thing. Young lady, it's yours, but you got to go get it. It's yours, but you got to go get it. All it takes, in my final words, then I'm going to receive some questions from you. Making the transition for Jonathan McColumn from this to this means that I can't blame anybody about where I came from. My mother and father did the best they could. That's how I was born, but it didn't define who I became. The way that you were born, the family that you're in, your current status has nothing to do with whom you can become. Our country is the greatest nation in the world, and it offers so many opportunities, but you've got to go get it. Don't sit back waiting for somebody to give you something. Go get it. If the front door is closed, go to the back door. If the back door is closed, go through the window. If the window is closed, find another way. But don't ever, ever give up on your dreams. Ever. Ever. Thank you very much.